Hello again. It's Monday. I'm in Pio Pico, RV Park. It's a Jamul area and it's about 6 miles from casino. I just looked to call the Uber, $17. Well, round trip 35, tips maybe even up to 40. So I'm gonna use my trusty bicycle and do the 6 miles. Road is little narrow and I'm not really exciting being on that road for 6 miles, but that's going to be at least 20-25 minutes. Why am I going to Jamul? Well, because I posted the schedule that today I'm going to be in Jamul playing dumb 1-3 game. You see, this is something that I hate, having anything on my calendar. So I put there Morongo, Lake Elsinore, Sequan, and Jamul. And now I just don't want to disappoint people that maybe think they're gonna meet me. And I met some yesterday at Sequan and in Lake Elsinore. So this is the last time I'm doing that. I want my calendar empty. I don't want any obligations. So see you later. So I made 2.8 miles. Now I have to turn on this road and to Jamul and to casino another 3, maybe 3.5 miles. But this road is much busier. And I made it. It's 6.5 miles, but it's a little bit scary with the traffic. They're just going fast.
Going up.
Oh, made it. What do I do for the vlog? Here's the poker room, but I noticed that the carpet is changed, the whole floor. Don't you like this carpet? It's so jazzy. Look at those colors.
See how it played out.
It may not be the best one.
Yeah. 25, 37 on the side. All right.
Yeah, you got me.
I got you.
Wow.
Beside you.
Okay.
That's what I was hoping you got. I was like, I got a pair and you don't. That's what I was doing.
Early amount. I know.
On the turn.
Had them all the way.
Pair of queens. Raise pre-flop $20.
Good. Well,
Guy on my right side, 3 bets, 36. There's a flag immediately. Nobody in that game does that with Jack 10 suited or with pair of 7s. We know what it is. I call. Let's see the flop. Flop is Jack high. He bets 40. I decided to surrender. No need to gamble. He shows pocket aces.
on the button too. You got $15 out of me.
So finished the session at the Jamul and was not that successful. I let you know there was a couple interesting hands. I donated in one hand with aces. I just didn't want to fold. I knew I'm not good. Now the ride back. Home sweet home. I made it back in one piece. At one moment I'm going downhill 39 point something miles per hour. I was not even able to look at the speedometer, and it's huge numbers. It was scary. So I'm not doing this ever again. Battery lasted hardly, so it's really not that much for a distance. This road had like 4 spots when going uphill a little bit. I had to use a lot of battery, so I'm not satisfied. I made this trip. It's 14 miles round trip, and battery is almost empty. So here I am live and in stereo and high definition from Pio Pico RV Park. It is northeast of San Diego in Jamul area, and it's really nice location, surrounded with all these little hills that, by the way, prevent cell phone and any kind of signal to penetrate, because it's like in a hole. Also, they have a Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi by the store at the entrance. So that's the only complaint here. It is beautiful, and I like the nature and the closeness of San Diego and all attractions that you can go and visit. So coming in from San Diego on the road, you hit the entrance over there by that white building. That's the store. You can see the pool here, and there's one more pool at the other end. Usually they have you see a small pool and a big pool on both locations, so it's really decent sized pool, good for doing laps. Like I said, surrounded with all these hills, pretty. Oh, pretending he's dead. Unbelievable. And here's the report from the cash game at the Jamul. I sat down, and immediately in the first 5 minutes I got a couple pots. I had 6-5 and turn. The board paired. I said, what? Well, possible. But my opponent had 4 deuce, so he made trips and paid me off. Next hand, I got pocket queens versus pocket jacks, and the tricky part was the flop. Ace, king, 7, and then 10 on a turn, possible straight. I still bet. He paid me a couple bucks, so I'm up there about $120. So I lost another couple hands, and I needed the add-on. I started the game with 300, I added another 200, I'm in a game for 500, and at one moment I came back to 300, still down about 200, and it just didn't work. I kept losing hand by hand, and basically the worst one was before my rebuy, this hand here, where I donated. It goes like this. When I started the game in seat 9, and it's interesting, at the Jamul they don't have dividers, that plexiglass, they never did. They just, from day one, when COVID started, they're Indian casino, they don't follow their governor's regulations, they can do whatever they want. They had they kept the game going on, requiring mask. That's all. 9 at the table. So I sit down, seat 9, immediately first hand I saw the old Asian man, major old, like probably 86 years old, just bluffing with absolutely nothing. His opponent, who was on my right, took him for a while to call him, and then they had to show the hand. Old man had absolutely nothing. He was all in. Rebuy.
in the first hand with his ribeye, all in, with absolutely nothing. Then he moved to seat 1, like that was unlucky seat for him, for betting with nothing. Comes a hand, I pocket aces. Raise, get a couple callers as usual. Flop brings 8-5, 7. I bet 30. The old man like start acting weird and goes all in. He has something close to 200. For me, it's not hard to fold aces, but at this moment, with his history that I saw, I just couldn't buy his bet. Well, basically he flopped a straight. So that was my donation. I could fold. Why? Well, to be afraid of a big bet of $200 or whatever he had. But that's not the reason for folding. He could flop the set, but you cannot play like that. So I donated, never recovered, and end up having a losing section, $380 down at Jamul. What can you do? Can't win them all. And the worst part is I really didn't want to go to that game. Really didn't want to go there. More luck somewhere else. And now, my top five things that irritate me when I hear them at the poker table. One of the most often heard phrases is, I have 3-2-1. That is so dumb, on the same level like, oh, I was suited. Because 3-1 means nothing. 3-1s, they usually apply if you bet 50 and there's 150 in the pot, so they call that 3-1. But your odds of making your gut shot straights are 20-1. So you actually have no odds. Then the famous, when you start, when something is going on at the table, and then I say something, and then usually the guy who's not right, he goes, "You're not even in the hand, so shut up." That moment, I want to punch him. I really want to punch him. And then the other thing, you bet $8, and the guy takes forever and goes, "You sure if I fold?" I cannot even comment that. One more. He mucked. So if your cards are not in a muck, but like there somewhere, start going towards the muck, there's always a smart ass to announce to the world that you mucked. Recently, like a month ago, she said, "You made a forward motion to muck." I said, "Honey, that phrase doesn't exist. The only forward motion is with chips. There's no forward motion to muck, because forward motion means cards are still in my hand." And what I made was a Hollywood act, and I'm gonna call. No, you. She dropped the deck actually. She dropped the deck for the river card. I said, "Call your boss." The floor man comes and normally says his hand is alive. Dealing with a blonde dealer. And one of the recent new phrases that makes me like just want to explode. "Sir, cover your nose with a mask." Well, hope at my next casino stop I don't hear any of this. Wish you good luck on a felt, and see you down the road.